The thing ancient humans feared more than death. Prehistoric humans lived with death every single day. Children died, mothers died. The strongest hunter in the group, gone by morning. Death was not a tragedy. It was Tuesday. And yet, when archaeologists study the oldest remains, the oldest rituals, the oldest cave walls, death is not what jumps out. A pattern, a specific, recurring, almost obsessive fear, encoded in bones, in burial sites, in 40,000-year-old paintings. The fear of being cast out, of being left behind, of the group walking away and never looking back. The sentence worse than death. Imagine it's 70,000 years ago. You're part of a group of roughly 25 people. You know every face, every voice, every smell. This group is everything. It finds food. It keeps watch at night. It carries you when you're injured. Without it, you are not a person living in a difficult world. Without it, you are meat. The data from hunter-gatherer societies is brutally consistent. A healthy adult separated from their group in a wild environment has, on average, less than 3 days before death. From exposure, from predators, from thirst, from nothing, just the absence of other humans. 3 days. So when the group turned its back on you, when the elders decided you were no longer one of them, that wasn't punishment. That was an execution. Just a slow one. Bohm found that the groups most likely to survive were not the strongest or the fastest. They were the ones most ruthlessly committed to keeping the group intact, and most ruthlessly willing to remove anyone who threatened it. Exclusion wasn't an accident in the ancient world. It was a tool. The ultimate social sanction. Which means every human alive today descended from people who felt the threat of it constantly, who woke up every morning and on some level asked themselves the same question: am I still one of them? The signal that triggered everything. Something flipped a switch in the group's mind. From "this person is us" to "this person is something else." It didn't respond to violence or aggression. It responded to wrongness. The person who laughed at the wrong moment, who didn't grieve when they should have, who looked at the fire when everyone else was looking at each other, who smiled, but only with their mouth. There's a concept in neuroscience called the uncanny valley, that deep instinctive revulsion when something looks almost human, but not quite. A 2017 Monash study found this response activates the same neural circuits as pathogen detection, the same systems that make you recoil from rotten food. Your brain treats a person who acts wrong as a contamination risk, not a moral judgment, a survival response, ancient, automatic, merciless. Bohm documented what he called leveling kills, removing members who had gone dangerously wrong. Unpredictable rage, complete emotional disconnection, psychopathy. These weren't murders. In the group's logic, in the only logic that existed, they were acts of survival, the body cutting off a part that had gone wrong. The person wasn't removed for being bad. They were being cast out because they had stopped being recognizable as a person. What they painted on the walls. There is a cave in southern France called Chauvet. The paintings inside are 36,000 years old, the oldest figurative art on Earth. Most people know Chauvet for its animals. Horses and rhinos and bears rendered with impossible skill. But tucked into a corner of that cave is a figure that rarely makes it into the documentaries. Half human, half bison. Standing upright, watching. Similar figures appear across Europe and Africa. The oldest, carved from mammoth ivory, 40,000 years old. The standard reading? These are shamans. Spiritual transformation. Power rituals. But what if these images aren't aspirational? What if they're warnings? Think about it from inside the ancient mind. The most terrifying thing in your world is not a predator. It's a person who crosses over, who starts out as one of us, fully human, fully known, and becomes something unrecognizable. Someone who was your brother yesterday and today looks at you with eyes you no longer know. These images may be the oldest attempt in human history to put a shape on that fear. To say, this is what it looks like when someone is no longer one of us. And the warning wasn't about the person who transformed. It was about what happened to the group that failed to notice in time. The fear that never left. We are 36,000 years away from those cave walls. And yet, the fear of exclusion is still the single most consistent predictor of psychological suffering. More than poverty, more than illness, more than physical pain. Cacioppo's research showed that chronic isolation elevates cortisol, disrupts sleep, accelerates cognitive decline, and increases mortality risk by roughly 26%. Loneliness, in a measurable biological sense, is still killing us. The ancient sentence, the slow execution of exclusion, never stopped being real. We just stopped being able to see it clearly. The uncanny valley? Still firing. When someone smiles but their eyes don't move. When the timing of a laugh is wrong by half a second. When you can't explain why you don't trust someone. You just don't. That's not paranoia. That's 300,000 years of threat detection doing exactly what it was built to do. We built vampires and zombies and demons that wear the faces of people we love. Because we have always known that the most dangerous thing in the world is not a monster that looks like a monster. It's a person who stops being a person. And the group that doesn't notice until it's too late. Outro. The lesson. The paintings weren't just fear. They were instruction. Stay. Stay recognizable. Stay human. Stay with us. We lost most of that. We live in cities of millions and know almost no one. We mistake being visible for being known. The most radical thing you can do, in a world designed to isolate you, is to let someone actually see you, and to actually see them back. That's what the fire was for. It's still what the fire is for. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Every video I make is designed to change the way you see the world. See you in the next one.